Phils were just outmatched last night. Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Phillies Head Symphony. Cast recapping last night's game between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Los Angeles Dodgers as the Phillies lose 8-2 to the Dodgers. As you drop the second game of this 3-game set and lose the series as they hope not to get swept out today at 105. Now, guys, before you get in this video, please subscribe if you haven't done it yet. Please share the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into this. So, we all know that the Phillies do not play well in inclement weather, and it seems like rain delays really rattle this team. And that's not really an excuse, right? I mean, this is a very, very good Dodgers team over there. I talked about that yesterday. And they're just way better than the Phillies. I mean, there's just no other way to say it. They are just a much, much better team than the Phils. As this Phils team is cooling off, right? They lost 2 straight. The Braves continue to stay hot. As we are no longer in sole possession of first place. As we are now tied with the Atlanta Braves. We just have to win today. We have to win today. I mean, 105 the first pitch. We have to avoid the sweep. And if we do get swept out, I mean, that's just flat out disappointing. I mean, I stay going in. I'm like, you know what? Just take 1 out of 3. I mean, this Dodger team is unbelievable. I mean, they're just stacked from top to bottom. Just amazing, right? And they have Mookie Betts and Justin Turner been playing in these 2 games. And they just continue to find ways to win, right? I mean, Cody Bellinger, 2 home runs last night for Los Angeles. I mean, he's starting to, wake up a little bit, right? I mean, he's had some injuries, and he's not really done so well. I mean, the 2017 Rookie of the Year and the 2019 and most valuable player. So we pick up the scoring summary to top of the 4th inning. Cody Bellinger battling in this at-bat, right? Over a dozen pitches. And Cody Bellinger gets the dub in this at-bat, right? As he homers on a fly ball to left center field. It barely got out, but home run is a home run. His 8th home run of the season. A 2-run shot also scores Corey Seager. And it's 2-0 Dodgers. Talked about it before, right? I mean, he's, had some injuries and it seemed like last night, he had a really good night last night. And smart move from Joe Girardi, right? I understand Colin Gibson did allow that 2-run shot, but he knew inclement weather was coming. So he started Connor Brogdon, and then he put in Hector Neris in the second. And he had Kyle Gibson start the third, right? I mean, so he had him come back, and, he quickly made his start in the top of the 3rd inning, which was actually pretty smart. Even though we did lose this ball game, it was a pretty smart move from Joe Girardi. I will say that. That's how you do it right there. It was a very, very genius idea. So I was very impressed with that idea. 2-0 Dodgers. Then it's inning, David Price. I mean, this is just unacceptable. This is a guy that spent his whole career in the American League. The Tampa Bay Rays, the Detroit Tigers, Toronto Blue Jays, Boston Red Sox. I mean, this is a guy, you can't let him beat you. I mean, this is just absurd. I mean, how in the world do you let this happen? As he doubles on a sharp line drive to center, his first double of the season. And Matt Beauty comes around to score. And it's now 3-0 Dodgers. I mean, this is an American League pitcher, hasn't seen hardly any at-bats. I mean, this is just ridiculous, right? So I don't care he's in the NL now. I mean, this is a guy who spent most of his career in the American League. I mean, this is just not right. So you can't let him beat you like that. 3-0 Los Angeles. Then we pick it up in the 4th inning. We come back a little bit. I mean, we got right back in this game. We got this crowd right back in this game. Ronald Torreyes, the big toe, as singles on a ground ball to left field. Alec Bohm and Didi Gregorius come around to score as the Phils are right back, and it's now a 3-2 ball game. So Ronald Torreyes, big toe, right? Big toe coming up big right there. This guy has been great for the Phils, right? We all know it. We always talk about it, how solid he has been for the Phils. I've been just so impressed with what he's been able to do. So he gets the job done right there again, right? So it makes it just a 1-run ball game. And that would do it for the Phils, right? I mean, scoring runs to the rest of the ballgame. Then at 7th inning, Alec Bohm, man, what is your problem? I mean, what in the world is your problem? I mean, put your glove down. I mean, he didn't have his glove down. I was at the game. I couldn't really see that. I went back to go watch the replay again. Put your glove down. I mean, what in the world was that? I mean, that was just pathetic. Corey Seager hits, ground ball to first base. Alec Bohm has to go to his right. And the ball just strikes right off his glove. I mean, he didn't even put it all the way down. It just, just went right off of it. I mean, that was just pathetic. I mean, you're a professional player. I mean, you cannot be making mistakes like that. Alec Bohm I don't even know. I don't even know. He's terrible at third, and he's terrible at first. I mean, this has got to stop. I mean, these errors, It's just pathetic. It's just speedy. Trey Turner comes around to score. And so now it's a 4-2 Dodgers lead. Then a same inning, Andrew Knapp. We all know he's no JT, right? I mean, this guy is just void of all worth, right? I hate to use that word because it just sounds really insulting. I mean, nothing personal to Andrew Knapp, but this guy is just terrible. I mean, there's no other way to say it. As a pass ball by Andrew Knapp, Max Muncy comes around to score, as it's now a 5-2 Dodgers lead. So there's just no excuse for that. I mean, we all know that, JT, getting hit with that foul ball, hit off of his mask, and, he's dead in the game originally. Then he was taken out. Joe Girardi said he was day today. So let's hope that he's okay. Then we pick it up same inning. A.J. Pollock singles on a ground ball to center field. Corey Seager comes around to score, as it's now 6-2 Los Angeles. So the Dodgers just kept tackling it on, right? You know what? I was talking about it with my dad, too. When we were playing the Mets, when we were playing the Nationals, I mean, yeah, the Mets are a mediocre team. The Nationals are bad. But when you make those kind of mistakes like Album did, hey, you can get away with it because, they're really not the best teams. And you're playing a team like the Dodgers, the Giants, the Padres, the Rays, White Sox. I mean, they're going to make you pay. If you make a mistake like that, they're going to make you pay for that mistake. And that's what the Dodgers are doing, right? Make a mistake, you got to expect to get burned. I mean, it's just pathetic. So 6-2 LA. Then dominant inning, they're going to get another one on Cody Bellinger homering on a fly ball to right field. His 9th home run of the season, second into the game. A 2-run shot also scores Will Smith. And it's now 8-2 Dodgers, and that'll be your final score. 8-2 your final, as Cody Bellinger launches 2 home runs in this one. So you just hate to see it, right? I mean, we got to not get swept today. That would just be terrible. But Gene Segura out of the leadoff spot, collecting those 2 hits. I mean, he continues to stay relatively hot. Andrew Knapp. This guy, if you really want to know how bad Andrew Knapp is, I mean, you can just go take a look at his 162 average. Guys, he has a 460 OPS. 460 OPS. I mean, that is just terrible. I mean, that is just terrible. I mean, this guy is having a disastrous season. This guy is just doing awful. I mean, it's just like Rafael Marchand. I mean, just Rafael Marchand. I mean, it's just like this guy is just worlds better than Andrew Knapp, and he continues to not get time up in the big leagues. I just don't get it. There comes a point where Andrew Knapp is so bad that you can't even justify him getting playing time. I mean, that's how bad he is. I mean, he hasn't done anything all year. He's been just terrible. He's been a total void at the plate. And he's a void behind the plate. I mean, it's just like you saw that pass ball. He has not had a good year back there. He's not had a good year all the way around. He hasn't had a good year at the plate. He hasn't had a good year back behind the plate. He's just not been good. I mean, there's just no other way to say it. Bryce Harper cooling off. You just hate to see it. I mean, there's just no other way to say it. He's cooling off. He doesn't look as sharp. You saw, he rolled over on that ball in the first inning that he definitely could have crushed. You saw he was really frustrated with himself. Now batting 297, right? Totally fine. I mean, he's streaky. We know he's streaky, and, everyone's human. So, and he's going against a tough Dodgers team. I mean, it just is. I mean, they have a really good pitching staff over there. It's all right. So, we also drew a walk. I mean, I'm not too worried about it. Andrew McCutchen, welcome back, Andrew. McCutchen activated off the 10-day IL. When they said he went in the IL, they said it would be brief, and he comes back last night and collects a hit. So, welcome back, Kutch. Number 22 got a huge standing ovation. When he was announced the starting lineup, got a pretty good ovation when he was announced, to come up to bat by Dan Baker. Alec Boehm gets to start at first. I mean, he's just the same guy at first as he is at third. I mean, just the same guy. Terrible, terrible, terrible defender. So I'm just tired of these mistakes. I am just so tired of these mistakes. Dino Gregorius had a pretty good night last night, collecting those 2 hits, and also scoring one of the Phillies' runs. And same with Ronald Torres, right? Responsible for the only RBIs last night for the Phillies with that 2 RBI single. Now about Kyle Gibson, collecting another hit, right? I mean, I was criticizing, us allowing a double to David Price. Well, Kyle Gibson, the guy who spent, a good amount of his time in the American League, also collects a knock. So it wasn't a double, but it was a single. But, it is a hit. Am I right? I'm going to start with Connor Brogdon since he did technically start this game. We'll put more emphasis on Kyle Gibson as Connor Brogdon technically did start this game. He went an inning, allowed that 1 hit, didn't allow any runs, and he did walk a batter. And Hector Neris was part of for the second inning, and he also went an inning. and allow that hit and struck out 3. So he looked pretty good in that inning despite allowing that hit. Striking out the 3. And Kyle Gibson. So I'm going to put more emphasis on him, like I said. Guys get smacked with the L, now 8-4 in the year. Goes 4 to third, 6 hits, 6 runs. Only 3 of them were earned because of these terrible mistakes. I don't even blame him for the loss last night. Where's the offense, too? 3 walks and 3 strikeouts. And it goes back to the point where how bad the Phillies defense is. Kyle Gibson is not the kind of guy that's going to generate a lot of strikeouts. He's just not. He's going to generate a lot of ground balls, a lot of pitch to contact, type of outs, right? So when you have Kyle Gibson starting, when Freddie Galvis comes back, I don't know when Freddie Galvis is coming back. This is just ridiculous. We're just totally misled in this organization. Always coming back then. These injuries are just pathetic. With this organization, they are just so bad at informing us and keeping us up to date on what's going on. But when Kyle Gibson starts, you seriously have to start Ronald Torres and Freddie Galvis, because that is how bad J.D. Gregorius and Alec Boehm have been defensively this year. If you don't know how to play defense, then fine, you're not going to play. That is just so. I don't care what you're doing at the plate. This is costing the Phillies games. So you gotta clean up this defense. It's not even fun to watch. This is just sad to watch. All these mistakes, and it sends a message. Fine, if you're not going to be better defensively, then you're not playing. So that's what needs to happen. That's what Joe Girardi needs to do. Start Freddie Galvis and Ronald Torres. Fine. If you don't want to do well defensively, then fine. So it's just pathetic. Archie Bradley also came in. To take over for Kyle Gibson in the 7th inning. After he just collected one out, he was able to finish that inning for Gibson. And then J.D. Hammer came in. He had a very, very solid inning, right? Bouncing back after allowing that home run to Corey Seager the night before. And then we got to Rivera, right? Great job, right? Allows that 2-run shot to Cody Bellinger. So he just continues to allow the long ball. You don't want to bring this guy in a high-level situation. There's no question about it. This is not a high-level situation. Last night, of course, I think Girardi already knew we lost this game. Wow, this guy I'm not impressed with him at all. So I'd like to apologize for getting this video out kind of late. The rain delay really messed it up, and I had thoughts about doing it last night, but I got home at like 12:30. I'm like, I gotta go to bed. So I apologize for that. It's probably not gonna get a good amount of views, but whatever. That's not why I do it. It's for the love of the game and everything like that. So the Mets did win yesterday. They completed the suspended game against the Nationals. Are just terrible. They are terrible. They lose 8-7. They blow another lead. They're now 13 games under 500. They are just having a really, really bad year. The Braves and the Reds. Thank you, Reds, for blowing this lead. Right? The Reds should have won this game. And thanks a lot, Reds, for losing this game. You should have won this game. There's no excuses for this. So we all know the Reds pitching staff not the greatest. That's a good sign for the Phils, since the Reds are coming to town this weekend. So hopefully, we can get Harper heating up again. Hopefully, JT's back by then. So hopefully, offense can come alive again this weekend. Because I tell you what, it's been nowhere to be seen. It's been gone. It has been gone. Recently these past 2 games, it is not anywhere to be seen. So you just hate to see it. So the Braves and the Phils now tied for first. So we got the finale 105, the first pitch today. A 2-minute turn going for LA, and Ranger Suarez going for the Phils. Hopefully, he can go a little bit deeper. 5-3, the 0.98 ERA. I am thinking we're going to win today. I do think we win today. Salvage this final game. And we got a big guest coming on tomorrow with Broads Media. All right, so he's going to be coming on tomorrow. So, guys, interested to watch this video, please subscribe if you haven't yet. Please hit the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Check out the social media link in the description section. At Phillies Hot Stove, Instagram, Instagram, call or text 267-225-3392. Email me, philliessensitive@gmail.com. So 105, the first pitch today. This video probably going to be getting out around 105. I'm sorry. This is the ones that's out before the start of the next game. So a 2-minute turn for the Dodgers. Ranger Suarez again to start for the Phils. So guys, thanks for watching. I'm Luke, and I'll talk to you later. Let's go, Phils. Let's get a win today and salvage this series. I'll see you again.